In 2006, the Natural Resources Council of Maine created the People's Choice Award to give our supporters the opportunity to acknowledge someone in their community who is making a difference for Maine's environment. The winner of the People's Choice Award is determined by the number of votes they receive by you, our members, and members of the public. This year's People's Choice Award is Vera Francis of Perry for her work protecting Passamaquoddy Bay. Vera, if you could come up and join me. Vera was nominated for her efforts to keep a liquefied natural gas company out of Zebaek, or Pleasant Point, Maine. A lifelong resident of Zebaek, a member of the Passamaquoddy tribe, Vera has an intimate knowledge and attachment to this region. The land and water for which the area is famous has tremendous cultural and spiritual significance to the Passamaquoddy people, who gather here to pray and partake of ceremonial traditions that go back centuries. Vera has worked for many years to keep LNG out of an area that is so integral to their lives. As part of that effort, she established a nonprofit group. And I want to apologize to your very beautiful language before I attempt to say these words, and Vera will say them beautifully, and I will not, but I do want to try. Nwonki Odaman Ngakamikamon. Translated from the language of the Passamaquoddy, this means we are taking care of the land. It is important to note here that Vera's persistence in ensuring that the decision-making process was open and responsive to the grassroots constituency resulted in a landmark ruling giving rights to tribal members themselves, not just the tribal governing body. This ruling, acknowledging that tribal people as individuals have standing, set an international precedent and gives voice to those whose concerns may be otherwise silenced. Arguments have been made by a number of groups and individuals against LNG projects in the area. Fishermen and lobstermen make the point that the high tides and geological features of Passamaquoddy Bay make it unsafe for LNG tankers and would put their fishing livelihoods at risk. Others raise concerns about the impact LNG could have on tourism in the region. No voice, though, has been as powerful as the voice of Vera Francis. Her skills as an educator enabled her to effectively communicate to others about the heart of the issue. But it is no doubt her passion and deep understanding of what's at stake that people respond to. Vera is a leader in a true citizens movement, the same kind of movement from which NRCM grew more than 50 years ago, when a group of Maine people banded together to protect the Allagash. Vera perfectly exemplifies the intent of our People's Choice Award. We could not be more pleased to giving this award this year to Vera Francis.
Good evening. And Williwan, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's with humility that I stand here, but it's with honor that I accept on behalf of Nulonke Yotanenika. It is certainly with honor that I accept on all of our behalf, because as you have most aptly stated earlier, you must have a vision. And I would only add that not only should you have a vision, but you need to hang on to the vision. You need to hang on to it tightly, because it's only when you lose sight and when you lose touch with vision, when inappropriate industrial complexes can be proposed for a pristine, for cultural and ceremonial gathering grounds, for lands that are attached to one of the largest Native American populations in all of New England. It's only in those kind of moments that that can be proposed. But what we did was nothing short of what we were supposed to be doing anyways. It was what we were supposed to do, what we were expected to do, and what we had to do. Luckily for me, I was surrounded with women, grandmothers, with knowledge, traditional knowledge, that had no hesitation. There was no moment that they hesitated. There was no moment, infinitesimally, where they did not ever know what was supposed to be done and what it was going to take to accomplish all of that. They were Passamaquoddy grandmothers. Those are my leaders. Those are my natural leaders. They are the people who stood up, that rose, that had no qualms with standing when it needed to be stated, what had to be said, that it was a no thank you. We do not accept liquefied natural gas terminal development on Passamaquoddy ancestral waters or Passamaquoddy ancestral lands. I just want to add a few more points because there are so many people to thank that are not here with us, but are here in spirit. Some of those grandmothers are no longer here, but along the years, because this started for us in 2004, they were there in the beginning, and they helped inform and shape the result of this work. I just want to take a moment to recognize them, to appreciate them for the know-how, because you must have that. It's an absolute necessity. But better than that, they had the far-sightedness, because our work is not just about right now, right here, just me and you, but about our descendants, Passamaquoddy descendants. Everything we do, everything we did was about them. And I accept this recognition because they too are honored. Passamaquoddy descendants are being honored. And how could I say no to that? So I want to thank you for being here and for sharing in that with us and recognizing the significance of honoring Passamaquoddy descendants' rights, because it's their rights that we were protecting, and we will continue to protect because we have committed to that and nothing less than that. I met a grandmother very recently from Tibet, and I want to end with something that she said. I spent a week with the 13 indigenous grandmothers of the world just not so long ago, and I do have to say that their work is much like the work that you have done, what we have done. And so they had affinity what we were doing here in the East. But the grandmother from the Tibet, who herself struggled and had to leave Tibet, had to take her family, literally carry her children, so that she could be safe. She came close to me and told me that the work that we are doing, the Passamaquoddy grandmothers are doing, and there's very strong men behind those grandmothers because they could not be strong without them. The work that we are doing must continue. And she knows that we are doing it from a place much like you, much like Mr. Carson here has done, because it couldn't be done without it. A good heart. So bless your good hearts.
I am so proud of this Passamaquoddy woman. As a grandmother, I look at Vera with a great deal of respect. She was the one that was instrumental in getting us all together and pushing forward. And I am going to present her with a bouquet from the Three Nation Alliance, which was part of our group, and they helped us along. The Three Nation Alliance is the Canadian part of this group, as well as the group within our surrounding towns, and also our land, our people. Vera, I thank you. I have a lot of respect for you and admiration, and I'm so happy you received this award. Jiwaliwin.